And we back. Now today's video, we're doing the Zero to Hero challenge. It was inspired by a commenter named Jaden. And y'all know I read all the comments. So if you got a rebuilding challenge or something, experiment you want to see me do, you have to just drop it in the comments section. I got my, you want to see my where are my reading glasses? I got my reading glasses. And I'm going through the comments. You understand me? So leave them down there. Jada suggested the Zero to Hero where we go out, we draft the worst player in a random draft class and try to get him to be great. So he's going from a zero, literally the worst person in the draft, to a hero. He's different from Cloud Waters. See, Cloud Waters was a zero and he was going to stay a zero. But this guy has the potential, if we do things right, to be great. Before we get into it, you should leave a like on the video and subscribe if you are new. About 40% of the people that are watching this are not subscribed. And that's a problem if you ask me. So go ahead, subscribe, leave a like. But let's see who the worst player in the draft class is going to be. Okay, so the team that I'm on doesn't really matter right now. Oh, we need to randomly select our team. Interesting. We got to do that. But here's the randomly generated draft class. The best guy is Harry. Shout out to Harry, 23 years old, interior finisher. The worst guy, and he's in a league of his own, because these guys are D pluses and above. This guy is a D. It is Zach Logan. Zach Logan is going to be our zero that returned into a hero. Now, when Jaden gave me this idea, he said we have 5 to 7 years to try to get him to a 90 overall. Now, I don't know if we're going to be able to do that, but that is the goal. That is the end goal. In 5 to 7 years, this guy's got to be like an all-star caliber player. Zach Logan. I mean, at least he is 6'4", a 6'4" point guard. At least he's not no 5'7", 5'8" type of dude. You know, he's got good size, almost 200 pounds from UCLA, and he's 22 years old. Now, the way we're going to do this, or my idea to try to get this to go and be successful, is A, whatever team we draft him with, we have to send him to potential camp to start off with to get his potential high. We got to keep sending him to potential camp. We have to send that man to the G League for at least 1 year. And sit back and see how things are going to go. Let me see what team we're going to randomly select. So I'm going to close my eyes. And whatever team we land on is going to get Zach Logan as their guy. We're going to stop in 3, in 2, in 1. The Pistons. Oh my God. I'm sorry, Pistons fans. Or maybe I'm not sorry, because maybe Zach Logan is actually going to be good. But y'all just have this recent history of just not being amazing. I applied for your GM job and haven't heard back from anybody. But here, okay, here's the second part of the application. I'm going to take the worst player in this draft class and make him a Detroit legend. Are y'all watching? Are you listening? All the fans of Detroit, let y'all people know that I'm looking to try to help y'all out. You understand me? So player retirements, none of this matters until we get to the draft lottery. We're going to end up with the 5th pick. That's not what we're using. You know what I'm saying? We're not using this 5th pick on Zach Logan. We're going to trade for the last pick. We're going to trade for the 60th pick so he can have an Isaiah Thomas type story. So we'll throw y'all a 2nd round pick. Let's see what team has the very, very last pick in the draft, which would be the 30th overall pick of the 2nd round, obviously. It is the Milwaukee Bucks pick, and this just like that, we have the Bucks pick. And we're going to go straight to the draft, man. Zach Logan is about to be a Detroit basketball legend. He's going to be up there with Isaiah Thomas as one of the greatest Detroit Piston point guards ever. With Chauncey Billups, with Dave Bing. I can't think of any more legendary point guards that played in Detroit, but those 3. I can't draft the point guard here, so I'm going to go with this guy, Mitch Purdue, to be their 1st round pick, and then with the last pick in the entire draft, the steal, eventually the steal of the draft. Oh, this guy is also a D, but he's a shorter point guard. I ain't messing with that. Short Kings, stand up. Y'all know I got nothing but love for my Short Kings. But you know what? These people ranked him dead last. I shouldn't be going by overall. I should probably be going by... I probably should go by what people are ranking. These people have this guy dead last. 2K has this guy dead last. And then Zach Logan's dead last here. So you know what? I'm just going to keep it with Zach Logan. We had already grown attached to the name. He's almost 200 pounds. He's kind of swollen in that picture with the 60th pick, yada, yada. Zach Logan was projected to go much higher than this. The Pistons have to be pleased landing him here. This concludes the draft. So the fact that he was drafted at all, I mean, obviously, if you were projected to get drafted and you ended up being 55 overall. Wow. 55 of 55? Now, what we have to do for Detroit's sake. I don't want to be in control of them making free agency signings. Don't release my guy. That's all I care about. Don't release my guy. You can make any trades you want. No, don't make trades either, actually. Don't make trades. Off-season signings, auto. New season field roster, but you're not going to waive my players. You're not going to draft. You're not going to waive my players in season. So, yeah. But free agency, all yours. All yours. I'm just here about Zach Logan. I should have probably watched him in Summer League just to see how bad he is. But okay, we have one untapped potential. Oh, we signed Hassan Whiteside. What? We have one untapped potential, and that is going right to Zach Logan, who is immediately up to a C potential. Beautiful stuff there. So season is starting, and immediately we throwing our boy to the Grand Rapid Drive. He better be putting up good old numbers. But let's take a look at some of his stats or his attributes to start off with. He is a well below average layupper. Layupper? Well below average at that. Standing dunk above average. He's better than the average point guard when it comes to being under the rim and dunking the ball. But if you get him a head start, if he gets a head start, he's absolutely terrible. Shot close. 3 feet away, brick. Mid-range. 10 feet away, 15 feet away, brick. Three-pointer. God, Shaq had better three-point numbers than this. Brick. Shaq had better free throws than this. Brick. Oh my God. Is there anything that he is at least okay at 55 overall? He's got okay hands, so he won't be dropping outlet passes, I guess. Perimeter defense is bad, but it ain't god awful. Lateral quickness ain't god awful. Everything else is really bad. Hustle's bad too. Durability. He won't get hurt. Nobody's getting hurt in my videos because I always turn off injuries. He's terrible. His shot tendency's bad and everything. But this first year, I'm going to simulate to, let's simulate to the trade deadline. We got to look at his G League numbers. This is year number 1 technically. We have 5 to 7 years for him to be great. The Detroit Pistons are not looking great at all. They can't win any games. All right, so 13 and 38. The boys are bad, but that's not what this is about. Let's go to our G League leaders. Wait. Isnes Brasdakis looks a lot different than what I remember. Anyway, let's see what our point guard is doing. What is my man named? Logan. My boy Logan. Let's take a look at Logan's stats. He is averaging in the G League 4 points per game, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, a steal and a half. Shooting a whopping 35% from the field, 18% from 3, 56% from the free throw line. But he is up to a 58 overall, which is good. 3 overall jumps in the 27 games that he's played is really, really good. So I'm going to simulate to the end of the season. Why is Ignas Brasdakis black? I don't understand. Jokic puts on a clinic 25, 15, and 8.5 with a steal and a block a game. Great numbers. Oh, I forgot about this rookie. Mitch puts up about 16, 6 and 2. Great numbers from Mitch, man. He's a volume shooter. Oh, he's going to always average around these numbers or a little bit more because he's a volume shooter. The rest of the things are here. John Moran was most improved. Lloyd Pierce wins coach of the year. As you can imagine, our boy is not on an all rookie team. You know what I'm saying? Nothing like that. I'm not saying that he's stuck here in Detroit either, by the way. If he doesn't sign back here, I'm just going to follow him. Unless he doesn't get any contracts, then I'll bring him back. But him being the 60th overall pick means to me that he'll be a free agent this season. And they'll have an opportunity to bring him back, but if they don't, then it is what it is. He's not loyal. I've decided to play elsewhere next season. It seems to be in the best interest of both parties. So that boy wants out. He's already at 60 overall, though. So some team may be like, you know what, we may want to take that chance on that guy that averaged 4 points per game in the G League that looked like he doesn't have a future because he's already 24 years old. He can't even score in the G League. That's the way they thinking. But will they sign him back? Let's see. Is he back on the roster? He is not. I'm going to simulate a few days to free agency and see if he goes anywhere. I'm guessing he's going to come back. He's not back. He is not back. And if that man has signed somewhere else, the ultimate. Okay, this guy always throws me off. The ultimate finesse. If he has signed somewhere. somewhere else. This guy was a second-round pick. Anytime I see a new name, I'm like, wait, should I know who you are? This guy also was a second-round pick that didn't sign. But where is the guy that matters? I guess he hasn't been signed, man. He hasn't been signed. He's still out there somewhere. I know he's a 60 overall, so if nobody has signed him, I'll just do it myself. There he is, Logan, Zach Logan. And we giving him a 4-year deal. He declined it. He don't want to be wrapped up like that. I'll give you a 4-year deal, Zach. And you know what? We'll actually give you a little bit of a bag. For somebody that has never touched the floor, that is a very generous 4-year contract. Almost $10 million. But now, player progression of the first year. We picked up Brandon Ingram. W's. Big W's. Who is this? Oh, this is the guy we picked, the second overall pick. Detroit to mess around and have a squad by the time our boy Logan's up there. He jumps up 6 overall to a 61. And on this roster, he is the only point guard. Right now, at least. Right now, at least. All right, so they ended up going out to get Shaq Harrison and TJ McConnell to fill the rest of the roster. That's kind of whack. You know, that's kind of whack shit. Can this guy Purdue play shooting guard? It's just my nature. Even when I'm not about rebuilding, it's my nature to make sure every team has the best possible team out there. So I'm going to make Purdue. Ooh, his overall drops a bunch. Yikes. I'm going to start Purdue for them, though. I have to. Shaq Harris is not it. This dude just won Rookie of the Year. You don't throw him to the bench just because you signed somewhere else. Sign someone else. So that's how we're going to do things. It's not that time for Zach Logan. It's not. Can I send him back to the G? I can't send him to the G League again. 2 years in the G League, and then he'll be... He might jump up to a 65 overall by the end of next player progression. Maybe. I don't know. Only time will tell. All right, mid-season point about the trade deadline. Let's see how our guy is performing. Arthur Rose is killing the league. Man, Arthur Rose, he was the 8th overall pick this year. They sent them right to the G League. They know what they're doing. They know the KOT4Q method. A lot of people still have that picture. Is that Robert Pat? It might be. It might be. And I don't know. Well, I kind of have an idea why that would be, but y'all will probably figure that out later in a future video. So what is our Zach Logan? Where is my boy Zach Logan? I'm going to go alphabetical at the point guard position. Zach Logan has got to be in here somewhere. Playing great, I would hope. He's averaging 6.5 points per game now. 6.5 points per game, 3 assists, 3 rebounds, and his percentages are up. It's looking better for my boy Zach. You know what I'm saying? He is very upset about him being in the G League, but he has to understand he's absolutely terrible at basketball. So the fact that we have you on the roster at all, you should be happy about. Even if that means you got to take buses instead of planes to get to your next game. You're playing basketball terribly, I might add, for a living. That's a W. Stop being mad. Count your blessings. Next year might be his year, though, to really step into a role here. Caesars wrapped Giannis, Bobo, Mo Bamba, Anthony Davis, DeAnthony Melton, and I'm looking at my boy Logan, Zach Logan, like a draft and stash guy. You know, sometimes you draft a European player, similar to like Tony Kukoc. He got drafted, then spent the next 2 or 3 years overseas before he coming over. That's the way I'm looking at Zach Logan. And next year's his season to finally make an impact. As the 76ers win the championship, they had the bigs. Enes Kanter, Aaron Baines, Joel Embiid, and this is a 1-point game. Game 7. Beautiful. And Memphis blew it. Okay. Chris Paul just retired. That's kind of sad to see. It's kind of sad to see. Hall of Fame inductee, though. You already know he was going to be it. All right, draft lottery. Our team is bad again. 32 wins, and that's going to put them with the 6th overall pick. I'm going to go right to player progression because since Zach is not a free agent, the free agency doesn't matter to me. It doesn't. But I do think that Blake Griffin's contract's off the books now. So they could have went out and went crazy in free agency. I wouldn't even know until in a couple seconds from now. And he's just gone. They didn't sign anybody to replace him, but he's just gone. Hassan Whiteside's dropping at 33 years old. Tommy Gardner, what type of season he have as a rookie? 14 points per game, 5 rebounds, pretty good efficiency. We signed Elfrid Payton. Mitch is getting better. Look at that. They had him coming off the bench, and I just put him in the lineup. Beware. He's an 86 overall, y'all. He's an 86 overall, and I think it's time for him to finally get some PT. I gotta get him some PT, man. He's 25 years old and never touched the NBA floor. It's that time. And I'm done sending him to potential camp. Instead, we're going to send him to jump shooting camp because God knows he needs to know how to shoot a jump shot to survive here in the NBA. So his 3-point rating goes up to a 67. I'll take a 67 as long as you only take the wide open ones. So let's see how they want to do the rotation. Again, y'all are tripping. They want to put Andre Roberson in there, and I mess with Roberson, but it's not the move. This guy was a first-round pick this year, Herbert Howard. He is a 6-foot point guard, 75 overall. He looks pretty decent. One playmaking badge is the only thing. But unfortunately, that man ain't getting no PT because Zach Logan's time is now 68 overall, 15 minutes per game. I think that's me being generous there. First game of his NBA career. 15 and 3 in 15 minutes. His per 36 numbers got to look legendary, and they do. Oh, man. Hold on. Is Zach Logan low-key nice? This game, 3 for 10. Not great. But he might be low-key nice. This game, you know. So what I will do to continue to help him to grow is we're going to give him a mentor. I don't know who that mentor is going to be just yet, but it's got to be somebody decent. I'm guessing we're going to have Brandon Ingram be his mentor and get like catch and shoot. Or you know what? No, we should have a guard be his mentor. TJ McConnell, he's 30 years old. TJ McConnell got some great badges. We want Dimer for our point guard. We want difficult shots. TJ McConnell's got one of the nicest like lean and mid-range jumpers. TJ, I'll be watching, bro. I'll be watching. And let's give him needle threader. Those are the badges we working on, Zach. Oh, this team's bad again. They gonna mess around and get the first overall pick, man. They put up 77 points this game. Jeez, that's terrible. But Logan was second leader scorer. Bro, Logan's averaging 10. I mean, the boy can't pass to save his life. He's not getting any rebounds at 6'4". But 39% from the field. Am I on y'all? Wait, 39% from the field, 28% from three. Not good efficiency, but he's averaging 10 points per game off the bench. I'm going to have to give my man more minutes. I have to. I got to see what he's like when he gets starter type minutes. It ain't like we playing for nothing. They are 12 and... Oh, I guess this is a better screen for y'all to see that. They are 12 and 39 right now. So you know what? Start Zach. Alfred. Your numbers are cool. But we got to go with the... Oh, he's a 71 overall now too, y'all. Give him starter minutes after the... Yeah, he's got to get starter minutes. He might mess around and win Rookie of the Year. I don't know what type of rookies are here. Hold on. Also here awards... Nope, he's not even in the conversation yet. But now he's just going to be a starter. First game as a starter, he puts up 19, 3, and 2 steals. No assists from the starting point guard. Next game as a starter, he puts up 6 steals. Woo! From 0 to hero, we're on our way there, man. He's only a 71 overall, and he said we have 5 to 7 years to get him to a 90. That's not going to happen. But you know what? We may get him decent enough where he can legitimately be a piece on the team. So I'm going to simulate the rest of the season. He's got his starter minutes. And he was averaging, I think, 10.8 before we made him a starter. So let's see what his numbers look like at the end of the season. Giannis, Rick Blunt, man, overrated if you ask me. Bobo just be winning every award. But Seko wins most improved. I guess that's cool. They won 27 total games, if you were wondering. All rookie second team. Zach, he averaged literally the same amount of points, but his efficiency is a little bit better, right? Honestly don't remember. Did they take my man out the lineup? Oh, no, they didn't. He's still in the lineup, and he was actually cold to end the season. So that's not amazing. All right, I think we only got like 3 or 4 more years to try to make this work, which is trash because he's nowhere near the end goal. There's not much I can really do. Like, I just got to hope that 2K takes over and be like, you know what? He deserves to be higher. 5th overall pick in this year's draft. Then no matter how bad they are, they can't win the lottery. So that's sad for them. And we're going to keep going. We're going to keep it moving to player progression. And maybe this is the time. If he gets up to a 75 overall, I'll feel pretty good. He is a 73 overall. You know, puts him... I mean, he's a decent 3-point shooter now. And he's got 2 badges. He's got some badge progression. Clamps. Who would have thought it? The man is a good defender. Heart crusher. Decreases opponent's takeover meter when activating a highlight play on defense. What's considered a highlight play? Ripping somebody up? Blocking a shot? Probably blocking a shot. I guess that could be a highlight. All right, so we're going to go back to training camp. And we're going to send him back to shooting camp. Because I like the fact that he averaged 10 points per game. And he can average more. Oh my God, wrong guy. The better shooter he becomes. Now he is at 73. 3. And I have to see, how many years are we into this? So this is year number 5. He said 5 to 7 years. This is year number 5. and it ain't been really working out. So what I'm gonna do a similar thing where I'll give Logan those minutes. I'm sorry, Alfred Payton, you're just not in the rotation. Instead of giving TJ McConnell these minutes, I want to see what that other rookie guy was gonna be about. This Herbert Howard character. TJ, you cool, but this ain't about realism no more. We're just sitting back having fun. Stanley Humphries is the guy that they drafted this year. Yeah, with the 5th overall pick. So we have 2, 3, 4 young players in the starting lineup, and then Hassan Whiteside, and then we still have Purdue coming off the bench. Purdue averaged even better numbers. It's weird to see Purdue coming off the. I'm putting him back at shooting guard. I'm sorry, I gotta put him back at shooting guard. He's one of the best scorers on the team. So first game of the season. You know what? I'm gonna be crazy. Why not be crazy here? Number 1 option. Let's see. We lose. Obviously, I was expecting to lose that one. But he averaged 18 points per game. Is the number 1 option. Game number 2. Ooh, the rookie came in. Is like, I'm gonna drop 29 in my second NBA game. 6 assists, 3 steals was pretty good for Zach Logan. Those aren't the type of numbers that he usually puts up. But one thing I'm noticing is that we really struggle to score the ball. 79 points in the 2025 NBA game, where the game is evolving. You can't even get to 100 points. You can't even get to 80 points. That's kind of lame. Zach Logan, though, he's averaging 13 points per game. He's a 74. What else can I'm trying to think of different methods we could use to get an overall up. And the only thing I can think of is untapped potential, sending somebody to a G League. But we can't send him back to the G League. It's already past that point of his career. Untapped potential probably doesn't work anymore because he is already a 26-year-old and he already probably hit his peak. But if anything, we just got a good video out of it from 0 to hero. You know what I should do? For the last season, we still got 2 more years. For the last season, if we don't meet the challenge, which we won't, I'll just rebuild a team around him so he can literally become 0 to hero if we win a championship. Boom! Light bulb moment. All right, let's simulate the rest of this year. Luka wins MVP, all the awards. I was hoping to see most improved given to my guy, but they ain't showing the respect. Detroit ain't been back in the playoffs in a very long time. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. All right, so what type of year? 12 points per game, 3 assists. Those are looking better. His percentages were down from last year, which is absolutely terrible considering his percentages weren't good to start off with last year, and they even worse than that. But we did make him the number 1 option, so he's taking way more shots than he probably should have been taking. As Ja Morant and company win a championship, now we go. Wait, is this the last year of his contract? No, next year's the last year of his contract. That could get interesting, man. That could be interesting. Or is this the year that I win the championship? Or try to win a championship. Let's see what player progression looks like. Don't crash. Don't crash. Don't you crash on me. No. just another day in the office. It's not a KOT 4Q video. What the heck is this piece of hair? It's not a KOT 4Q video if 2K doesn't crash at least 1 time. Sometimes it's like 4 or 5 and y'all just don't be seeing them. But at least 1 time. Okay, more badges at least. 76 overall for the guy. And what type of badges we talking? More defensive badges. Wow, lightning reflexes and pick dodgers. So that 6'4" frame is really helping him defensively. He's got an A+ perimeter defense. Let's go through some of his new numbers. I mean, now he's an average shooter, which is beautiful. Free throw wise, below average still. Shot IQ, terrible. So that's probably why his shot percentages are bad. He's just chucking them up there. Passing, average. Speed with ball, he is the slowest point guard in the league, it looks like. His hands are better. His pass IQ is looking nice. His pass vision is not. Which makes sense, the fact that he's averaging like 1 assist a game. But defense, perimeter defense. Sheesh, this boy got it on lock. Blocks. I like it. All right, so this is the year I'm going to try to win a championship. I don't know what the league looks like in 2025, but I'm going to try my best to rebuild this Detroit Pistons team and get my boy Zach a championship. Right now, he is the 4th best player on the roster. I don't know where Brandon Ingram and Hassan Whiteside went. They are gone now. They are gone. Oh, sorry. I was looking at point guards. Why is there 3, 4, 5 point guards on the roster? We had the 1st overall pick this year, finally. And they draft another point guard. I can't make this up. You know what could probably be pretty decent? Watch me finesse. Hold on. Look at Zach as a shooting guard. Come on, man. Look at Zach as a shooting guard. He's still not good enough to be in the rotation from 2K's eyes. But look at Zach as a shooting guard. Well, now what is our Brandon Ingram got a bag and a no trade clause to be here. Brandon Ingram is here to stay, ladies and gentlemen. He got a no trade clause. But he might be willing to waive it, right? Detroit, we sucked. I know you want to try to get a championship. Nope. Wow. Alfred Payton's making 14. Okay, let me start to try to hit my rebuild. So our front court has found his answer. We're bringing in Jaren and Mitchell Robinson. 90 overall Mitchell Robinson. Jaren is a 90 overall as well. Both putting up pretty decent numbers. And both on big old contracts. So I'm not saying they're completely safe. But I mean, look at that. 90, 90, 90. That's looking pretty good if you ask me. And we still have Tommy Gardner off the bench, who's pretty good. And we probably got our boy. Where's our boy Mitch? Is Mitch gone? Wow, Mitch is gone. I'm just realizing that Mitch is no longer on the team. That kind of sucks because I thought Mitch was a pretty solid piece for the roster. But just like that, he's gone. I'm going to look what Mitchell Robinson's trade value is going to look like just because I think the center position is one that you can kind of substitute almost anybody in. So we don't really need a guy making $30+ million. I can maybe have that in my point guard position. So why not do this trade, man? First round pick, Mitchell Robinson for Kobe White and Bobo. 87, 86 overall. You know Bobo is a monster, puts up legendary stats every single season. And Kobe White is forming into a great player too. And an 87 overall, that is a deal. Similar thing that, like I just said, just because I traded for him now don't mean they safe, because Kobe's making $31 million. And you know what? For 12 points per game, I'd rather have somebody else. So I'm going to look at him in the trade finder as well and try to upgrade that. I think Bobo is one of those safe players. And instead, I'm going to trade for De'Aaron Fox, who's averaging 20 points per game. Also 9 assists, all-star caliber point guard at 91 overall. So that's cool. So our positions are looking like De'Aaron. We're going to have our boy Logan, Brandon Ingram, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Bobo. Beautiful. Off the bench right now, we have Tommy Gardner, Andre Roberson, who I'm going to make a small forward and test his trade value because he goes up to an 85. Andre Roberson, 85. In what world would he hit that? This guy's the first overall pick, so I'm guessing this trade value is ridiculous, right? 3.5 star. I was expecting more, honestly. Sure, this trade gets us a better backup small forward. Because again, Andre Roberson's that fake 85 overall. The man averages 1.7 points per game. So we're trading him for Carl Fisher, who averaged 17 points per game on really, really good efficiency. And we're also getting Terry Rozier to be a backup because we didn't really have one of those. This was our backup in Ray Watkins. But obviously, if we're just trying to win a championship this year, we'd rather take the better guy. And the better guy in that situation was Terry Rozier. So our rotation is looking fine at the moment. I would love to get a backup center. And trading Chandler Hutchison can do that. I mean, man, Hassan Whiteside has fell off a cliff. And he's old now, right? He is how, 35? He's 35 years old. So it does make sense he's fell off a cliff. But it sucks to see as him trying to get traded for my team. So is there a center? Yeah, this picture's going to pop up for a lot of people. It will be fixed by next video, but there's an absolute reason for that. Don't think that's just the most random thing ever, because it's not. I promise you there's a reason for it, and you will see eventually. I guess we're bringing in Tristan Thompson. He looks like the best option here at trade number 16. I'm going to briefly go through these. I see Zubac, and we also get another power forward in this one who's pretty good. So yeah, we're bringing that. 85 overall. Everybody, you know how it goes in 2K. Once you get to a certain point in the simulation, everybody's just a god. Everybody just gets better and better and better until they can't stop. So, yeah. Perimeter central goes perfectly. Dwayne Casey. I may not be able to bring you on, brother. I may have to bring in Dana Folk. I may have to do it, man. Balance system works for us. And then the last thing we have to do is go over to our shooting guard position, Stanley Humphries. Sorry, brother, but I got to make it so that you don't start this first season. This one season. Force non-starter on for 1 year. And then once we do that, that's going to put Zach into the starting lineup, and you'll see in a second. Boom. So Zach is the new starting shooting guard. And then, well, honestly, it's kind of the way it's going to be. We're looking at De'Aaron Fox, Zach Logan, Brandon Ingram, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Bobo. Now, I know last season, we're not feeding the post. No, what the heck? We're playing no preference. Last season, we had our boy Zach Logan as the #1 option, but things have changed because we're trying to compete. This guy put up 40 on us. Then he won Rookie of the Year. He did. But we're trying to compete now. But look, that's a great stat line. 14, 3, 7, and 2. Pretty good stats, man. You keep that up, you're going to mess around and make an all-defensive team. 3 steals here, too. He's going to mess around and make an all-defensive team. Right? If he keeps this type of thing up, he averaging double-digit steals a game. This game, he got 0. but he had 24 points. He gonna mess around and make an all-defensive team. The team is looking amazing. We ain't lost. Okay, we lost one game in the first 2 weeks of the season, and my boy Zach Logan is averaging over 2 steals per game. 2 exactly. 2.4 per 36. He looking nice. From the worst player in this draft, 30 or was it 55 overall? 27 years old now. He's almost an 80, and he's getting 2 steals a game. And 2 steals a game may mess around and be like top in the league. Oh my God, DeJounte Murray's ridiculous. Matisse Thybulle's ridiculous. Okay, so he's actually tied for 6th, which is still really good. Season has been wrapped. Anything that has to do with us? No, not at all. No big deal, though. I mean, Coach of the Year. We'll take Coach of the Year. That's the most important one because we were the best team in the NBA. We are the Detroit Pistons. De'Aaron Fox made an All-NBA second team. That kind of scared me because it was in the shooting guard spot. So I was like, no. De'Aaron Fox, man, put up good numbers. We won a bunch of games, and that was all the people needed. DJ King, that's funny, bro. I went to school with a guy named DJ King. He was a very, very good football player. And now he's a very, very good basketball player, apparently. He averaged 16.5 points per game. But you know why he did that? Because we took Jaren Jackson away from them at that power forward position. So he was able to slide on in and make things work. LeBron is 40 and still making an All-NBA team. Defensive teams, he didn't make it. Ah, man. You know what? I would be mad at it if I was him. Does he have any comments about not making a defensive team? Because I think he deserved to make it. I might resign with the Pistons. That's not what we want to talk about right now. How do you feel? And I feel thrilled to the way things are going. Okay, so he's not even mad about not making an all-defensive team. But his numbers did go down, I guess. He was no longer averaging 2 steals a game. But his efficiency numbers look so decent right now. 40% from the field, 34.5% from 3. Yeah, not great, obviously. But all things considered, starting from a 55 overall, he's up to an 80. He's up to an 80, and he's an elite defender. He's an elite defender. In the first round of the playoffs, we're going against the Cleveland Cavaliers, who have Scott Tinsley, Colin Sexton. Wiggs is back in Cleveland. I mean back because he put that hat on draft night. Gary Bellamy. All right, let's see if we can beat them. They take game 1. This is my kryptonite. Okay. My kryptonite is those 8-seeded teams because those boys be chippy. They know exactly how to win those series. This team is pretty much the same, but it looks like they got a real center that they can trust a little bit more than Daniel Tice and Taylor Terrell. What type of player is Taylor Terrell? Is he stretching the floor? Because that would be beautiful for their team if they have a center that's stretching. He is not. But the midi is nice. The midi is amazing, actually. He's got 5 badges, drop stepper, post spin technician, brick wall. All right, he's a perimeter. I mean, he's a post beast, it seems like. But y'all see Vincent Portier he's got that picture too. All right. Boston. We beat them in 5. Now we go against the 76ers. They have Senso Salero. And that man kind of looked kind of decent, right? At the power forward position. 91 overall. Wow. 26th overall pick. But he was a drafting stash. Those drafting stash guys are legendary, bro. 6'10", finishing badge, 2 shooting, 2 playmaking, and 7 defensive. We're not beating this team. You know, this team just won a championship a few years ago. Ben Simmons' numbers are still looking good. Joel's numbers are looking best of his career. Arthur Rose was the 8th overall pick a few years ago in Miami, and somehow he ended up here. And yeah, this team's really, really good. Jordan Poole's got the picture. All right, let's see how this is going to go, man. 1 versus 2 seed. We take game 1 pretty convincingly. Logan in the playoff run, he's only averaging 9 points per game. His efficiency's way down. The game slowed down for him, and he's struggling with that, but we sweep them. All right, we're going against the Warriors in the finals. No Klay Thompson. They have Terrence Mann with the picture. Eric Pascal with the picture. Timmy Jackson, white dude with the cornrows going to the back. Game 1, they win. An overtime thriller where De'Aaron Fox put up 30 and 19. Logan put up 18, 6, and 3. Steph Curry, oh, I thought this was Draymond. I was going to say, Draymond is still there 6 years from now? But no, this is another D Green. A backup point guard puts up 24 and 8. Yeah, this is going to be a tough series, man. I'm already knowing. They took game 1. We take game 2. In this one, we have the bowl game with 15 and 12. Game 3. Please just come on. Detroit basketball, we might be back, man. We're almost there. De'Aaron Fox with another, man, he gonna mess around with Finals MVP, the type of numbers he putting up. Next game is a win. Come on, man. We're 1 game away. But this was a Carl Fisher game. 35? All right, you know we got a simcast. I actually do want to see my boy Logan play some basketball, so I'm going to simcast this one. Looks like we're going to walk out of here with a... Oh, never mind. They had a nice little run in that third quarter. And I'm jumping in. We're down by 6. I don't know how things are going to go, but I definitely just want to see that man Logan in action. I want to see what type of player he is. All right, so these guys are actually running a huge lineup here in Detroit, and Zach is not on the court right now. Jaleel Okafor for 3. Yeah, what the heck? What did you want? I think that's Jaleel. Yeah, that's Jaleel. What are you shooting 3s for? I mean, I'm not going to complain because we're trying to win a championship here. But they're running this lineup with, like, the power forward, that small forward. Fisher, no good from 3. 2 minutes left. This is TNT. Potentially bring home this championship. We're at home, bro. I don't know if I've ever won a championship where I've watched and it's been a home game. It's always been an away game. We be celebrating in other people's locker rooms. But we're down by 8. We're down by 8 with 2 minutes to go. But I did see at the scores table that boy Zach about to check in. And when he checks in, whew, this 8-point lead turns into an 8-point win. And did he actually come into the game? Yep, he is in the corner with the high top. Okay, so let's see what type of stuff we get. Brandon Ingram and a nice mid-range jumper. Perfect. 6-point game. I want to see some of that defense, Zach. We love defensive players here on KOT4Q. And you're guarding Timmy Jackson, I think his name was. White cornrow player, and made him pick up his dribble. He was not ready for the defense. Terrence Mann is on this team. I'm just realizing that. Good defense on Steph Curry. Where are you going, Steph? They're doubling him. Steph must be having a game. He's having a great game. 3 seconds to go. Terrence Mann's got to put up a bad shot, and he hit it. Wow, that's a heartbreaking jump shot right there. Very heartbreaking. Give it to number 4. Let number 4 work this offense, because obviously Brandon Ingram, you ain't really working out. De'Aaron Fox ain't really working out. Number 4 needs to make things happen. Okay, a PNR with Jared Jackson Jr. and a bucket from Brandon Ingram. They're not having trouble scoring the ball, man. They're not. What they're having trouble doing is stopping it right now. I would say if this season or the series goes to 7, if we blow a 3-1, we have to put that boy Zach on Steph Curry. Have him clamp up Steph Curry. Oh, never mind. He just got dropped off. And that's the game. A miracle would have to happen for us to win this one. He just got dropped off. Man, I just want to see him touch the ball at least. Is he that little of an offensive threat? Brandon Ingram's kind of doing his thing out since we've been watching him. Keep it a buck. They're running the same play, and he's getting easy layups. But we need more than layups now. If we want to win this game, we need a steal and a couple threes. But nope, they're not reaching. They're not playing with no type of urgency. The game is on the line. A finals game is on the line. Terrence Mann with another pull-up midi. No good. Can we get a board? De'Aaron with the board. Hit number 4. He's up there. Give it to him. Yup. I'm not about to watch the rest of that. The man stepped out of bounds. You clown. What are you doing? You step out of bounds? He had 5 fouls, 4 turnovers. How do you have 4 turnovers when I watched for 3 minutes and you touched the ball 1 time? Like, come on, dog. What's up with you? He had the nerves running, man. It's a big stage. It was a big stage. Another close game, though. Another close game here. This time we're away. 4 minutes, 3 minutes to go. I mean, it's going kind of slow. I think we got this one. We got that in the... Who has ball? They have the ball with 5 seconds to go with Steph Curry on their team. I mean, y'all, I didn't want to come back. Both teams did not play any defense in this fourth quarter. 45 points and 42 points given up. But this could be a Steph Curry moment. It could be anybody else. But if it don't go to Steph Curry, this game is terrible. It goes to Steph Curry. 5 seconds to go. De'Aaron Fox guarding him. You got to make a move. Steph Curry pull up to send it to a game 7, and he missed. And the Detroit Pistons have won the second championship in the last week on a KOT4Q video. It's an accident, but it happened that way. And the boys got it done. If you enjoyed the video, as always, be sure to leave it a like. We actually failed the Zero to Hero challenge, but I had a lot of fun creating Zach Logan and helping him win an NBA championship. Look at that face. Look at that face. I'm out, y'all. Oh, then they had in the face right there. What the heck? Anyway, last game, he put up 2 points, 1 of 11. He didn't do a damn thing.